Welcome back. First thing we have to do is get the rear bumpers painted for the truck. These are the 2019 limited rear bumpers with the notch cut out in them for the exhaust. Take them out of the box here. These have a cutout in them for the exhaust tips. We're gonna put these on, but we gotta paint them first. They're covered with E-coat. Well, I noticed there's a little scuffing, a little damage here. We'll have to fix that before we do anything. Well, not fix it. We're gonna prime these anyway first, so we'll get that done. Eastwood had these work stands on sale, so I picked a couple of them up. I'll get those together and we'll set the bumpers on them. Okay, these will give you a better look at what we're looking at. There's the cutouts for the exhaust. I did get the stands assembled and they seem to be pretty decent quality, so I'm real impressed with it. I've always needed something like that to paint on, and these will come in real handy for just general things to use around the house.
Now let's wipe them down with some wax and grease remover.
Okay, the last step prior to the surfacer, or primer, is to tack rag the bumpers off. We're going to be using some Eastwood epoxy primer, direct to metal primer on these. It's a 2-part 50-50 mix.
It's a few days later and the primer is obviously dry. In fact, it's recommended if you go over 72 hours with epoxy primer, it's advised to scuff up the primer with some 600 prior to base coat. I've already done that and I'm not going to bore you with more sanding. So now I'll apply wax and grease remover, then tack rag, and shoot some black base coat. I'll flip them over first and do the bottom. Now it's time to apply some clear. I'm using some clear from Summit Racing that I've used before with decent results. I've let the bumpers set for 36 hours. I did get a little trash in the clear, nothing too bad. I'll be able to color sand with 2500 grit, then finish with 3000 and buff out. I'll be hitting them first with cutting compound in a wool bonnet and finishing up with some swirl mark remover on a foam pad. Here's a look at the bumpers buffed out and cleaned up. I'm really happy with the way they came out. I'm going to install in the garage stall where my old Z06 is parked. Let's back this out and move the truck in and get it done. Let's first remove the wiring harness while it's still on the truck.
Ready?
I've mounted a trailer hitch ball mount to my old trusty, rusty Sears floor jack. It should make unbolting the bumpers and hitch an easy one-man operation. Now it's time to take apart the hitch and bumpers and prep for the new parts. The bumpers are totally removed now, and it's time to drill holes to mount the exhaust hanger brackets. Now let's put the new bumpers back on the hitch. Finally, snap the top step back on. With the hitch assembly bolted together, now reinstall the backup sensors, lights, and the new wiring harness. I left the original wire harness on the truck. Let's unplug it, remove the ground wire, then reinstall the hitch and connect the new harness to finish the install. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and press the notification bell. You can also follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and make it a great day.